form. So I am going to create multiple choice and true and false for my students today to do online. So I'm just going to
don't stress your mind, we coming home tonight.
Today we are going to learn how to create an assignment in Google Classroom. So we are going to learn how to create a quiz today. So let's begin. So we are going to go into our Google Class and you're going to select the class that you want to create that quiz assignment. So we go to classwork. Then we select create. When we select create, it gives us a menu box, a drop-down menu box to choose which assignment you want. But today we are going to do a quiz assignment. So when we select quiz assignment, it brings up a page for us to do some settings. So I'm going to label my quiz fashion cycle. And then I'm going to create a blank quiz for my students. So I go to blank quiz. Say for instance, I already have a quiz in my Google Drive. I can erase that blank quiz and upload the quiz that was created. But today we are going to create our quiz in this assignment. So let's go to blank quiz. When we select blank quiz, it automatically brings us to a Google form. So I am going to create multiple choice and true and false for my students today to do online. So I'm just going to label my quiz. I'm going to give my quiz a label. So I'm going to label fashion cycle. So when I label my quiz, I'm going to give my quiz a title as well. So I'm going to put fashion cycle as well for my heading. And then I'm going to do some settings before I start my first question. So I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to look and see if it's a quiz. So I'm going to go to quizzes to make sure that it is a quiz. You can turn off the quiz option or you can turn it on and make it a quiz. I'm going to go to general and I'm going to select the student's email, collect the student's email. And I need to get the students' response to see which question they got right and which question they got wrong. And I am going to limit them to only one response. All right. So I'm going to save. Right. So when I go to save, my page will be looking like this. I'm going to do my first question by asking my students for their name. So I'm going to press the untitled question and write name. So when I write name, automatically the side will come up with short answers and multiple choice and paragraph. I'm going to choose short answer because I want them to write their name. I'm going to press required because I want them not to miss that section. That's the first part of the heading. Then I'm going to go to the side where I have add question and I'm going to write my first question. So I'm going to select that option, add a question. When I add a question, a box will appear and I can continue to add question as we go along. So the first question I'm going to type is from my desktop. So I already have some Word document type. It's easy for you to have your Word document type and then you can copy and paste and you will go much faster by doing that. So I'm just going to copy and paste that question in the box. So this will be question number 1. And then I have the option, so I can copy all my answers as well, my possible answers as well, into the Google form. So I'm just copying and pasting from my Word document to the Google form. So I place my cursor at the option section and I press paste and all the possible answers will appear. In this case, I have more than 4 options, so I'm going to erase the one that I don't want. So I go to the end and I see a sign that say X. I press remove, and automatically that section is removed. How can I get the answers to be on the question that the students will know which answer is correct? All right, so I go to answer key. When I select answer key, it gives me the option to give this question a point. So multiple choice, normally we have 1 point. So I'm going to take the 0 out and place 1. All right, and then I'm going to choose which answer I want for my question. So I'm going to choose number D, or letter D. And when I select letter D, the answer will come with a tick, and I press done. So that's my first question. All right, I'm going to choose, I'm going to do another question. So let's go to the sign where we had add question. So I'm going to add another question. It brings me to another box. I'm going to copy and paste again, or you can actually type if you want. So I'm just copy and paste my question in that slot. So this will be question number 2. So I can write number 2. So that's question number 2. And then I'm going to write the options as well, the possible answers. So I'm just copying all of the possible answers. And then I paste it in the Google form. So I'm just going to do about maybe 3. So I have 5 options again, so I can erase the one that I don't want. Then I go to answer key. It is important for you to go to answer key so we can put the answers in, so the system can mark the paper for you. All right, so we go to answer key, which is not a type of menu. So we choose a answer. And when we select the answer, we'll have the tick at the side. And then we go up to point and we make it a point. So multiple choice normally have 1 point. And we press done. We have some more options at the side that you want to import a question, or we want to add an image, and we can add an image in the question itself at this column. And we can go and add another question. So I'm going to add another question right now, and then I'm going to show you how to insert a image. So let's go. So let's add another question. So question number 3, I'm going to look for an image so we can place it in the section. When you're using the Google form, however, you cannot copy from a Word document and copy an image over to Google form. We have to actually save that image on our picture file, and then we can transfer from the picture file to our Google form. So we are going to save this chart, this Taylor's chart, to a picture file on my desktop. I'm going to save it right there. So I'm going to save it on my computer to my picture file. All right. And then when I save it, I'm going to save it there, and then I am going to copy off the question. I'm going to copy off the question from my Word document to the Google form first. Then I'm going to give it some possible answers as well. So I'm going to copy off the answers as well. And then I'm going to place the image from the file that I've just saved. So I'm just copying right now the possible answers over to the Google form, right? And then I'm going to insert the image. So I go to the insert image section. I can use the side right here to say add image, or I can go in the middle of the question and add the image as well. So I'm going to add the image just now. So when I select that box, it gives me the option to go to my desktop. So I'm going to go to upload, and then I'm going to search for my document on my desktop. So I'm going to search for my photo that I just saved and retrieve that document, and automatically it will be loading. So it's right here. We can actually expand it. We can take it a bit broader. We can take it a little bit smaller, and then we are going to do our answer key. But we notice right here that we have 5 options, so we are going to erase that option as well. So we go to the remove section, then we go to answer key because we want to give the question an answer for it to automatically mark. So we select the correct answer. And we can actually select 2 answers if you want, if the question asks for 2 possible answers. And then we go to points, and we are going to give it a point. So now we have 3 questions, and we have 3 question points at the total point section. So if you put 10 questions and you give the 10 marks at the top, you will have the 10 points as well. All right, so this will be the question, and then you press done. Then if you want to view this form to see how the students will be able to view this form, you'll go to the preview section on your page, and it will automatically gives you the outline of how the question will automatically look. So this is the first heading. Then you have the name, first question, second question, third question. When the students are finished with this exam or quiz, you press submit, and it will automatically go to the